Late Night Grin. Also, what does that name mean?
We're back. The Late Night Grin, 1 week removed from a marathon stream that, honestly, I'm still recovering from. We are back for a very special Q&A edition. There are props on the screen, much going on, an expert panel before you, as always. What a starting lineup we have here. And I think we may even have a sixth grinner stopping by along the way. But for now, let's meet that aforementioned decorated expert lineup. Bobby Two Shoes, you were there last Friday. You were there on Tuesday too for 7 squashes of Sid. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's nice to be back. You know, it's been a busy week with work and stuff. Just I'm going out of town next week, so I had to get some stuff, taken care of. And it's nice to be here and do this.
That was very nice. I'm glad it's nice to be here, and I think it's nice to be here also. I'm thrilled to be here. Jackie Crosby, I know you're thrilled to be here. It's a great time to be a grinner, brother. How are you?
I'm ecstatic. How are you?
I'm great. There was a delay there, which concerned me. I don't know.
Does your shirt say Gooners?
Sooners.
There's definitely a delay here, right?
What's happening, right?
Okay, it's not just me. Okay, Jack, you're like 3 seconds behind. Yeah, the audio is fine though, so we're all good on that front. Don't worry about it. The audio is fine, but we're gonna figure this out as we go. Manny the Hooper. I thought you was ribbing me at one point, and then it was like, okay, everyone else good. Manny the Hooper. How are you, brother?
I'm good. Good. You just can't wait. Can't wait for this weekend to play NCAA football.
I assume you mean the video game, right? Yeah.
It's not called that, Manny, for legal reasons.
Oh yeah. I did. The funny story about that is, like, I had a PlayStation, fell on hard times, sold it, and then after that, my cousin texts me on Monday, says, "Hey, did you finish the game? Finished downloading for you?" I said, "What game?" He says, "NCAA football." And I said, "What?" I thought it was coming out for a few more months.
Mm-hmm.
So then there goes a waste of my pre-order. So now I have to go to his house on Saturday and Sunday to play the game with him.
You know what they say about hard times, Manny, right?
Hard man.
Jesus Christ.
Never mind. Okay, Jack, you're caught up now, so don't worry. The confirmed shoot.
Hello.
I'm going to go on a limb, and I think your initial prop usage there kind of highlighted this. For anyone who follows you on the Twitter, get me at confirmed shoot. An interesting week in the land of shoot, as that prop kind of alluded to. Go for it.
Yeah, I got blocked by Dax Harwood.
Why?
I don't really know for sure.
He did a Fed Mecca tweet.
I think the joke about the Dynamite Kid going to NXT might have done it.
Rightly so. To be fair, rightly so.
Whatever. AEW should sign people before they put them on TV. But yeah. Otherwise, it's been a week. I won national championship with Sam Houston. It's been productive. So we're here. We're live. Considerably less people here now because Elon's a coward.
Dude, it's like such a blow to our ego.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. I feel like I'm on Rampage.
Bob, have you?
That's why you got blocked. See,
Bob, have you played the college football game yet?
I have.
Am I the only person here who cannot afford a PS5?
Okay,
Am I a
hold
poor?
on.
Whoa, wait,
Hold
what?
on.
What's-
Well, hold on a second. You
yeah,
absolutely can afford a PS4.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like you probably can. You just choose not to buy one.
You're the fucking golfer among us, bro.
Although to
Come
be
on.
fair, none of us have children.
I was just gonna say.
Well,
Wait,
As
are
far
you
as we
guys
know.
just skipping over the fact that we just talked about my PlayStation 5 like maybe like 10 minutes ago or something?
yeah,
5 minutes ago?
also is true. Yeah.
No, you know what the worst part is? Is that I have people from EA Sports like 3 times a week. Like, here's your code for the game. I'm like, that's cool, but I don't have
Wait, you get a free game?
downloaded on.
Hey Jack, you know you could have
Yes.
just sent me that code.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
What the hell?
Well, he's got to wait until maybe he's going to get a console. How long has
These
it been?
things are
Jackie?
$500.
How long has it been since you gamed?
Just
Jackie?
pay it for.
I can't. I honestly, Jake's one of my closest friends, and the idea of him firing up a PlayStation to sit and game is like.
I have a PS4 not there. It's in the storage room back here. I used to play the golf game on it. That was it.
Oh,
PGA Tour?
close.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
put the
sense.
golf game on it. But now they tell me you need a PS5 or it's fucking
The
$500.
libs.
How am I supposed to go to my wife
Don't tell her.
again with the kid and be like, listen, $500, and this in between me asking for, well, I need wedges. They're $300.
Wow.
I need.
Oh, they're talking about like potato wedges or something like. You know,
No, Manny, I desperately need a 52, a 56, and a 60 in my bag. They're like $400, and I need the golf clubs more than I need. Fucking...
Of course. All right, there you go, folks. That's that kind of neatly sets the table for what we're doing here today.
My life is hard.
Well, I think it may get harder once we try and answer questions about professional wrestling. Speaking of such, I looked at the calendar and I saw a blank slate and I said, "Oh God." I mean, I'm happy to navigate these shows occasionally,
I'm just gonna
but
leave this here the whole show.
doing it after we did an 8-hour stream last week just felt like it was a mistake, right? We already spent enough time with each other this month. We don't need to do a blank slate without anyone's help. So this show, you guys got to decide the topics. The questions have piled up at #AskTheGrinners. We're going to try and get through all of them. There actually are quite a few, unfortunately. We'll see how we go. But you can send live questions without the hashtag on YouTube
By paying us money.
with a super chat, for example. AJ or Kurt Angle from Frank here. Now, everyone knows where I stand on this. Ibou and I were going to turn this into like a show, and then we realized that everyone would take it very seriously, and it would probably like end up in Kurt's DMs or something.
Can I answer this?
I think everyone should, bro. I think it's going to be a great time. Go for it.
Okay, so admittedly, I missed a good chunk of Kurt Angle's TNA run. But I saw pretty much all of his WWE work. And I think Kurt's clearly better. I like AJ, but I think she's kind of overrated. So Kurt Angle.
I knew. I saw that coming, and it was the only thing I wasn't sure
Kind of proud of myself on that one.
was whether you were going to go with Top Dollar or
Oh, I didn't
AJ
think of
Lee.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I was like, what's
Just
that?
like everyone else.
Manny the Hooper,
Oh,
you've changed your mind on this like 5 times. Who you got this time?
Joe, we're in big Olympic season, so I'm gonna go with the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle.
Good reason.
Manny addressing me like we're on like a Fox Sports booth. Joe, okay, give me Kurt. I love it. Okay, Jackie Crosby, which way you going on this one?
AJ, easy.
Yeah, I'm
Easy.
very.
AJ.
Yeah,
AJ's
I'm
one
very
of the most
bullish on this.
influential wrestlers of this generation.
He's long, dude. He's still so good too. It's ridiculous.
Kurt Angle's a decorated combat athlete, you know, Olympic gold medalist and WWE champion.
Kurt's been on the Joe Rogan Experience. AJ hasn't yet to fulfill that bucket list item.
Give it
He'll
time.
get there one
Yeah,
day.
he'll be there. Don't worry about it.
He'll get there, no doubt. Bobby, where do you stand on this?
It's probably AJ, but about 4 hours ago, I actually decided that just for tonight, for any questions about favorite wrestlers, Kurt Angle's going to be my favorite wrestler of all time in light of some events from earlier this year. So I'm going to go with Kurt.
Okay, stop. When you say you decided, I need to know, was this like an extended process in your own brain where you sat and had candidates on the table, or did you have a conversation with someone?
Yeah, I talked to Meech about it, so.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm glad someone's done prep. Fair enough, Bob. I respect that. All right.
Wait, did I miss something on AJ being controversial? I mean, he is controversial, but
I mean, yeah, you did, but no. No.
The gay community?
I gotta say though, people talking about AJ's rebound in form. What he did yesterday was the most impressive thing he's done yet. He did 2 good tweets, which is crazy. I don't think he's ever won before. Yeah. That was fucking nuts.
There's very few people in wrestling who can do 2 good tweets in a row. I mean, it's a short list.
It's impossible. I should get him on the rest of the year ballot alone. Anyway, thank you, Frank, for the question. Chi-Town Spurs says, the copyright knockoff Final Countdown doesn't match the scintillating UK drill beats of Bing Bong Productions. They will have to suffice. For anyone unaware, this is an AO Wrestle Purist bit where a quite outlandish drill beat opened a Wrestle Purist show, and it was declared that this was actually my production.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you roll with these things, you get them over. That's what you do when you're a good worker. But I will say, Chi-Town Spurs, we resent knockoff. We paid for that song. We have the license. It's like a well-known thing. Jack Crosby paid for it.
Did the drill scene finally just hit the UK, or what it is?
That was a very insulting question. I'm going to move on. Thank you, Chi-Town Spurs. I hope you're well. Quiz. Caden Lee. Bob, what's the cage match rating for the INC?
You're not allowed to rate it anymore. Cage match banned all ratings.
You got to be within 0.5 of the average.
Yeah.
What a night.
Thank you, Caden. What a night, Manny said. What a night.
That was great last night. I'm sorry. That was fucking great.
I had fun watching that on.
What the fuck is going on here? She might have the right idea. Are we sure is this how we're describing it? What a night. It was great. What is this? What show have we come on here?
Hulk Hogan went out there, did his Hulk Hogan shtick, and then got serious and said, all right, now that was the entertainer Hulk Hogan. This is Terry Bollea talking to you. And then 30 seconds later, he went right back into the Hulk Hogan shtick.
And then you see
the same thing.
And then it pans to Trump going like this, trying to throw an air kiss to him. Like that. Like
someone clip, Manny. I couldn't believe that was real.
And then he started off his assassination story by saying it was a beautiful day outside. Like, come on.
We're going to move on after this because everyone has to deal with enough of this shit on their TVs about us talking about. But genuinely, when I saw the clip of Hogan getting his entrance and they had like a Titantron for him, I had to actually really consider whether or not I was awake and this was real.
This is why Allie, Penelope, and I are coming to live with you.
Yeah, good luck.
I told you
we got our own issues.
We're coming to live with you.
All right, fair enough. We can go with the Rev Pro shows. It'd be great. Anyway, Brainbuster. Hey, Bob, how was the Kid Rock concert? Never mind.
You talking about WrestleMania 34? Joe was at that. I was not at that.
I was at that, yeah. I definitely remember it like all the other things that happened that weekend that I remember. It's great. My brother bought the Blu-ray for WrestleMania 34, and it comes with Raw After Mania. I'm looking at the match listing. The Revival versus the Club. I was like, I was at this fucking match and I don't remember it. How did they? 2010's WWE should be studied forever and ever. What they did to
Club?
Us. Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, right. I thought they were the OC.
It's just changed. Look, Balor Club, the OC, the Good Brothers, all of the above.
Do you know what the OC stands for, Manny?
Original.
Oh, what on? Yeah, that's one of them.
Got
Clubs.
it. Yeah, well,
there's original, the only club that matters, and there's like another one, right?
Yeah.
What's the other one? The official original only. one of Triple H's most dynamic inventions right there from the summer of 2019. All right. We're now going to go to the hashtag Ask the Grinners, because I fear that if we delay it any longer, we're going to get to 2 hours and be like, oh, fuck, this is backfired, you know?
Right. I'm going to take this scroll down, but I'm going to keep it handy to put it back up.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good call. All right, but before we do that, Bob,
Yep.
this is a serious question. What should they do with the damn like button?
Just smash the like button, ring the bell, all that stuff.
Ring the bell.
All right, one last one. Tom says, great seeing you in Milwaukee, Bob.
All right, that's a good one.
There you go. We have one more. My friend, close personal friend, Akash Sharma. He and I saw Long Legs on Wednesday. He says, random question. Do you remember the moment you found out wrestling isn't real? Have a good show. This is, as he will well know, this is not really one I can answer with any great accuracy, but Manny the Hooper, when he read this, made like a sort of moaning sound. So I assume you have a story.
No. It was when you talked about long legs, but
Oh, we're not doing that here.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Okay. Do you remember the answer to this though, Manny, while we're at it?
I don't. I feel like I found out wrestling was fake a couple times. I mean, I don't know where it was.
That makes sense.
It's definitely something you can find out multiple times over and kind
It feels like Manny tomorrow's gonna be like, oh shit, this is fake.
Yeah.
He just found out.
Well, I think it was one time where I remember I thought Lucha Libre was real for the longest, and then I remember playing WWE Raw versus SmackDown, and my uncle telling me, "Yeah, this isn't real, guys. This isn't the real stuff." And I was like,
Did you
what?
tell him it's a video game?
Yeah, I was.
No
then-
shit, dude. It's a video game.
All right. Yes.
My
Go on,
cousin
Manny.
told me to. I forgot how he told me, and then I just remember him telling me, and then I remember finding out when Eddie Guerrero died that it was fake.
Well, Eddie dying was real, but
No, I know him, yeah, but that's when I found out after. Like, he was like a 1-2 punch, like, you know, he's dead, finding out that he's dead, and then wrestling's fake right after that.
it's definitely
Interesting.
game.
All right, Bob, do you want to answer for this one, mate?
Not specifically. I remember like downloading like the Creator Wrestler guides for the video games, and some of them had like real name on it, and I'd be like, oh, that's weird. And then I think I kind of just put it together because I was like 9 or 10 at that point when I started watching anyway. So
Well, couldn't they just be using stage names while still being real fist fighters?
yeah, I guess so.
Well, this fucking rules. Matt, have you got an answer?
Yeah, I can actually vividly remember it.
There we go.
So Jack Crosby's old enough to remember this, and I would imagine it's infamous enough for most people to know about this. But there was a World Wrestling Federation segment, an episode of the what the hell was it called now? The Funeral Parlor. With Paul Bear and the Undertaker, where the Ultimate Warrior gets locked in a casket. And I came to the conclusion when watching that I just saw the Ultimate Warrior die. And I had a complete and total meltdown to the point that my mother sat me down at the kitchen table and explained to me that wrestling is not real, and that if I didn't tell her that I understood that wrestling is not real, then I wasn't going to be allowed to watch it anymore. And so that's when I found out wrestling wasn't real. However, it is important to note that while wrestling wasn't real, Macho Man Randy Savage's matches were real.
They were real, yeah. They were.
And I stand by that to this day.
I want to.
Yep. Go on,
Well,
Jack.
I saw. Oh, never.
What is it going to be about, Manny? Can it wait, or does it have to go now?
No, I can wait. It's about Eddie Guerrero, but I can wait.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. We'll circle back. Jack, go on. Answer the question, mate.
For me, same person, a few years later, and I don't know why the Warrior stuff didn't get me like Shoot did. I really don't. But Royal Rumble 94, when the Undertaker, after they locked him in the casket, and Undertaker ascended to the heavens, I couldn't sleep for like 3 days.
Hell yeah.
Oh, God bless.
Couldn't sleep. And then my parents had to sit me down and tell me what was really going on.
It was necessary.
I remember
Could not sleep.
thinking that was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I couldn't sleep.
But I'm a few years older than you, Jack. So you were about the same age I was for the Warrior thing.
Yeah,
when the Undertaker
pretty
thing
much.
happened.
Yeah, they line up.
Yeah.
It does. It's what pops me when.
It.
Yes, they did. Here it is. Thank you, Akash, by the way. Here it is. I'm not even going to read it out. I feel bad for Bob. Last time we did this, he logged off, and he never logged
that,
off.
Somebody.
There you go. There's your chance. Screenshot. So I'm
That
going to let
does
you do
imply
it.
that he watches our program, which is.
What was it? When you look back at some of the Taker stuff, it's why it pops me when people approach the current spooky WWF things like the World Wrestling Federation is Mid-South. Like, they're going to explain these things. Like, dude, it's WWE, man. They've always done this kind of bullshit. It's just part of the fabric. But, Manny, do you want to circle back to the Eddie Guerrero thing?
Yeah, real quick. Because I saw mid-takes say that they thought they kayfabe me on Eddie dying. No, I just thought he was away for a long time. I found out Eddie died when I was going to El Paso to go visit my dad in prison. That's where I found out that he died. I thought I can see him, and he wasn't there.
Mid-takes. Is everyone on the panel anti-Seth Freakin?
No.
Also,
yes.
Everyone's thoughts on Angle versus Brock. Jack, you're not, right, Jack?
I think Seth Rollins is fucking great. I just think when you say Seth Freakin, I don't like Seth Freakin.
No, it's very unfortunate.
I just think Seth Rollins is fucking amazing. And I don't think he has to do all the shtick that he does. I think that like 2015 Seth Rollins fucking rules.
Yeah.
And he's a guy that could just sustain for the next decade. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, I don't think it's just you. I get it completely. When he was gone, I kind of got into the idea of being a Seth Rollins fan. And he came back, and I watched one of his matches, and I'm not sure I can do it. I don't know. It's just not really for me. I actually don't even think Jack's assessment is wrong. I think he's a very, very talented guy. But I'm not a big fan of his matches personally. But yeah. Seth Freakin. I think I can speak for the other three fellas on screen. Actually, Bob and Matt, I'm confident. Manny, you had that weird Tyler Black phase.
Yeah, where he was having an awesome match with Nigel McGuinness and Austin Aries back in Ring of Honor. Yeah, I recommend go watching Tyler Black. He was fucking awesome.
All right, there you go, mid-take. So we have a split panel on that one. I will say I do think he came out of the WrestleMania thing very well in the end. I thought that was a very positive thing. It was very positive for his legacy. Mm-hmm.
I also say it is kind of a weird dynamic seeing what Seth Rollins is now, and then if you go back and watch his Ring of Honor stuff, and you're like, how's that the same guy? Because he was all like, all emo looking. Man. Oh yeah, right. He was all emo.
I thought you meant the way he was moving. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. But
okay, I don't know if Manny wants to tell this story. Darren says Manny the Pooper. This is really dangerous territory because this is like an off-air story that's being brought to the. Is this something you want to talk about, Manny? Because if not, we can move on.
Yeah, I can. You heard about the story?
I certainly did. Yes, go for it.
Okay, so it was a beautiful day. What was it? Yesterday? No, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday because I had the day off at work. So I decided to treat myself to the movies. I never go to the movies, and I decided to go. And I remember talking to Joe about how there's no more movie etiquette. So I go, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the restroom. So I go into the stall, and then there's two empty ones. Right, there's an empty one right next to me, and there's an empty one besides me. And then I guess Shrek 2 just ended, and all the kids ran into the restroom, and then they saw somebody was on the toilet, and they said, "We got a pooper, we got a pooper," and they started banging on the on the walls from all sides.
Oh, fuck. There's more. Would you like to tell the rest, or is that enough? That's fine if that's enough. Because
No,
that's
they kept begging. I was like, "Oh, please leave me alone, leave me."
Manny got bullied by children.
And they just kept begging, and then you just hear the camp counselor, "Hey, leave him alone, leave him alone." And then like,
fuck.
and then I thought they all left, but I guess he had them all routed up to one corner, and I thought this is my time to escape. I leave, and I hear the same kid that started the chant, "The Pooper's a giant, the Pooper's a giant."
Fuck.
And then I rushed to, I went to my theater to hide, and I was the only one in there, and I just spent the whole 2 hours just backpedaling back and forth, like, man, what the fuck?
Oh, that's definitely a short right there, brother. God.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable story.
How old were these kids?
Probably like 8 or 9. It was like fucking zombies everywhere. There was
Zombies. The fucking zombie apocalypse. Oh man, he was shit himself. Oh fuck.
Well, we're not topping that tonight.
No, we're not. Thank you very much, Darren, for sparking that. We got so many. We're so over, man. This is difficult. Cal says, cheating the system for a super chat. Would it be crazy to say Rhea has the potential to be the biggest female pro wrestling star ever? I don't think that would be crazy at all.
No.
She's like 27 years old, right?
No.
Yeah. She's already on the list. Fuck.
Did you hear that pop when she came back a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. She's
that was big.
dude.
Holy Christ!
Yeah.
She's probably going to be the centerpiece of the Netflix marketing push.
She's also in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
She's so over with people that don't actually watch professional wrestling and have the TikTok and Instagram and all that shit. Like she's a superstar. Not crazy at all. I actually think that's like not a safe bet would be unfair to her, but like, that's like totally within reach at this point. If she can stay healthy and Triple H stays the booker, she's basically like a lock.
27.
Dude.
Like, Jesus.
Crazy.
No, it's crazy.
Crazy. Jay Blood, the incredible part is that the Poopin' 3 movie at the theater is a patented Manny tradition. You did leave
Not
that
anymore.
part out of your story.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That's a good point, actually. Is it still going to be a tradition, though, or is this... It feels like you have to stop now, right?
Yeah, I gotta. Maybe I'll just take a piss before the movie. 'Cause I just think it's rude if you're going to the movies and then like you get up and you like go to me it's like you go to the restroom and you go get your snacks and all that. You don't do that during the movie,
Mm-hmm.
You lock in.
You lock in. That's when your time to lock in.
I like the way that you frame that as like a moral play on your part. Very good. I respect it. All right. We're heading to Twitter now, folks. Hashtag Ask the Grinners. Appreciate everyone who sent these super chats, everyone who sent these questions over the last few days. Let's get into. I'm going to go in order. The very first one we got. Don't have an at. Hashtag Ask the Grinners. AEW temperature check was the question. So, in fairness, seems like they're heating up, brother. The number, good number on Wednesday. They had. I don't know. I didn't see the show on Wednesday, but the 2 shows before that had hot angles to close. Really strong angles, actually. Wembley card looks good. I'm not even doing a bit. It seems like they actually are heating up some, which is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What an ovation.
I mean, I don't watch wrestling. I mean, I can't tell you if it's. I saw a lot of people shitting on MJF and Ospreay. So I mean, I don't really know.
That was my fault. I tried to do a sincere wrestling opinion. I apologize. Manny was just talking about shitting himself a minute ago. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I think they're heating up. The summer should be fun. Wembley seems like they're taking Wembley a lot more seriously this year, like in terms of build. So
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for the question. Jamie asks, there's two. Dream Grin guest and favorite Grin show. This is an interesting one. I don't know, Bobby, I'll throw to you on this one. And once Bobby gives his answer, we'll all kind of throw some stuff in. Go for it, Bobby.
As far as dream guest, like, it's hard because there's not a lot of like people in wrestling who I think would enjoy sitting in with us and we'd enjoy talking to as well. So like, I don't know, someone attainable like Ian Riccaboni would be cool. Like, just keep your things manageable.
Ian's very, very nice.
Yeah,
that'd be a good idea.
My dream Grin guest.
Yep.
Tape.
Dude, if we got tape, business changes, right? Like at that point, we all buy mansions.
Cool.
It would be incredible. That's a great call. That's far better than getting a professional wrestler. We'll be real, right?
Tape.
I will say I've got very into the idea recently of getting Dave on because I would not ask Dave like the start. I would ask Dave exclusively about like his movie opinions and just his life because he fascinates me because he's Dave.
Remember
Manny, you've said
Dave?
that, right?
Yeah, remember I always got Dave?
You did, yeah, you did.
I just never followed up with him on a date.
Yeah, Manny like booked Dave and then just left him hanging.
Yeah, I just left him hanging.
Peak Manny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Anyone else?
don't think I ever told that story. Yeah, I DM'd Dave. He hit me up and was like, "Yeah, I'll hit you back up." And then I think he asked for a date, and I just never gave it back to him.
We probably could get him on here, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be fun.
I want to interview John Bertho. I don't know why. I just want to.
You can do that on your own platform. I don't know if that's something that fits really in this.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can only imagine the questions you'd come up with for that.
I don't even know what I'll ask him either.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the scary part. Can you guys hear that rumbling sound, or is it in my fucking? Okay, good. Okay, what is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a rumbling.
I just assumed it was the wind or something.
Is it Manuel? Manuel, can you mute yourself just for a minute? It isn't like terrible. It's like.
Yeah, it's Manny.
It's Manny. Yeah.
I guess because I'm under my fan.
Of course, it's because he's under his fan. It's always the fan, and he always acts surprised by it being the fan.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Manny?
I was gonna say another person, but no, never mind. I don't want to mention his name here. It's like Voldemort.
All right. Okay. Matt, any names you'd like to throw out?
Cameron Brink.
Yeah, good call.
Dax Harwood. I got some questions.
I would love to have Dax on. I think the conversation's changed slightly now. But
Yeah.
Dax, and the thing is, if we had Dax on, we ain't asking him about Brawl Out. You know, we're watching some tape,
Yeah, man.
talking grabs.
I want
But,
to watch Dick Bockwinkel matches with Dax Harwood.
that'd be cool. I don't know. Beyond that, like it's hard. Wrestlers are. Well, they're wrestlers, aren't they? Very difficult. Favorite Grin show? I like the Chicago recap one a lot.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Because that's one, I don't listen to any of our shows. I could actually see myself going back to that years down the line because it captured that whole vibe, right? It was very fun. That one comes to mind. Mate, any jump off the page for you?
I like it's not really like a certain episode because I'm not really good at that, but I do like I don't like how Oracle just canceled the show out of nowhere, the historical Oracle.
Yeah.
And then I just like the Tuesday show you guys do, the
Grin Grappler.
The Grin Grappler.
Yeah, I'm always happy to do the Grappler, absolutely.
My favorite LNG show wasn't even late night, but it was Under the Banner when you and I called Cody Rhodes.
Yes. Yes, totally. Great
when
call.
we called it, when we hit the fucking Grand Slam out of the park, the day he didn't even sign with WWE yet. Just when AEW announced he was, and I
was
just
awesome.
happened to be off work that day, and we were like, "Let's just do a show," and we just fucking called it.
What time was that? Like 10 a.m. for you?
11 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Here,
beast.
like 11 in the
I
morning.
will
here.
say though, I don't think that's the best show you've been on. I think the MLW show is the best show.
That's what I was going to say. That's
yeah.
The MLW show, which you can find at latenightgrin.com, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
A classic. Any others, fellas? Any others come to mind?
LNG 100
All of them.
was fun. Yeah. All of them.
LNG 100 was actually a very relieving experience. I planned for that for like a month.
Yeah.
It was quite stressful.
The one,
Shoot Mystery Vortex.
There you go.
That I was there for. That was a good time.
what was that one?
Joe wasn't there, so we just had
Oh,
like
that's
8
right.
people show
Yeah,
up.
the one we had like
Yeah.
10 people on the show.
When Alex did the You're a Liar. That
Yeah.
one. Very good.
My if I was Jack when he was drunk on stream and it had Joe stressing out the whole hour, that was pretty funny.
We don't talk about that anymore because we're not on kind of paywall anymore.
Never happened.
Never happened. Don't you talk about? All right. Thank you, Jamie. JJ Williams. I've heard of him. He says, "Why did Bob do it? Bob, why did you do it?"
I assume this is about purchasing College Football 25, and you know what? I've been waiting 11 years for this game. You know, I couldn't not do it, man. I had a PS5 already, so it was no brainer.
That was well done.
Very well done.
He meant 9/11 though.
FYH forehead. FYH forehead. Is that vulgar? It sounds vulgar. What does FYH stand for?
FYH.
Yeah.
HYH.
FYH.
Oh,
That's the best way to figure out an acronym, man, is change the letters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyway, he asks,
Follow
Fuck
your
you.
heroes.
am I the
Be
only
careful,
one
they
who-
might block you.
Aw. Am I the only one who thinks Big Red, Eric Rowan versus Gunter would be awesome? Fuck no, you shouldn't be anyway. I'm on board.
Yeah,
Big Red,
do
That'd
it.
be awesome.
underrated, of course. In Budokan,
Mhm.
one of the best LNG moments ever was when they brought in Rowan or Redbeard to do a pre-show, and Oracle explained to us all that he's awesome, and then was proven correct 24 hours later on the show. He's a hoot, man. I know he hasn't like worked a ton. I think he did some indie stuff, right? But I think they're gonna have to lean on him in ring, to be honest, with the White Six still. So
he had
I think-
probably one of the best pre-show matches for AEW ever.
yeah, man, there you go. And Gunter could have a good match with Bob, I think.
I'd like to see that, honestly.
Okay, thank you for the question. Andrew, he sent the photo, you know the meme you made of what does he even do with the picture of Bob looking down?
Yeah.
It's very funny. But he said, but seriously, what makes a good wrestling trilogy or series of matches? That's an interesting question. Interesting one. Interesting. Any immediate answers, or should I take the first swing at this one? That's actually a very difficult question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How they draw.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck off. There's so many people who mean that shit too. Like,
Yeah.
grow up.
I
man.
think the delicate balance, I think, to strike with a wrestling series or trilogy, whatever it may be, is giving each match a distinct like flavor and vibe.
Yeah.
So when you remember it, the second was that match.
Yeah.
But not doing it in a way that's like glossy, where the wrestlers are almost telling you, this is the match where we brawl, this is the match where we wrestle, right? I think if you look at something like, for example, the Randy and Christian series, for example, each of those matches has like a distinct personality in my mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But never in a way where they were trying to tell me, you know, this is the match where this. It's like it's in there. You can just see it for yourself. I think FTR Briscoes has that, right? The first match is like an extended thriller. The second match is kind of a throwback, and then the third match is the bloodbath. I think that Darby and Joe is another one. I think each match having its own vibe, but not in a way that's showy or sort of performative, would be my instinctual response. Jackie, that makes some sense, right?
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say, like, creativity, which is
Yes.
hard to do in
Yeah.
3 matches with the same dance partners. And that's why FTR and Briscoes
Yeah.
hits, like, to use a recent example, that's why, like, you laid it out there. Like, that's what, like, that. I'm not sure we can see that again. Austin Rock, like the most famous trilogy in the history of wrestling. And I'm not even joking. Like, Austin Rock is probably the most famous trilogy, but they all had a distinct.
Totally.
Yeah.
15, Rock was a rookie heel, and Austin was the established guy. 17, they did the switch and the whole Vince thing. And 19, which is my favorite of the 3, and I'm in the minority, but like Rock finally beats him. He beats him clean. Like, the heel won that trilogy clean.
Yeah. And you have the third match, you have that great feeling of Austin as like the gunslinger on his last stand. It's great. Absolutely.
And we didn't even know it at the time either.
No. Which makes it more powerful in a weird way.
Like, when it happened, but like that, like, they were all different matches.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it also matters that the conflict, that the beef has like some depth and it evolves through the matches, right? Maybe initially it's more competition and by the end it's personal. Obviously, there's exceptions to that, but there's a handful of things there. Bobby, anything you'd add on in this one? It's a good question.
No, you guys kind of nailed it. Like, I think, the third match should probably be some sort of big stipulation, ideally a bloodbath of sorts, too. Just kind of end the story. Obviously, Rock and Austin wasn't, but that was over a series of years. But, Cody and Seth obviously had the big blow off at the end, and, like, it adds to it. Like, you don't have to do it, but I think it's a nice little touch if you have, a steel cage match or Hell in a Cell or whatever to blow it off.
Absolutely. The confirmed shoot. Anything on wrestling series or trilogies? And
the big thing for me is that they all have to feel necessary.
There you go.
Every single one of them has to feel. I mean, obviously the first one, that's a little bit harder to quantify, but there's nothing I hate more than a series of matches where it's very clear that they're just doing a series of matches because they can't think of anything else to do.
Like Dolph and Kofi.
Yeah, stuff like that. It doesn't happen as much anymore.
No, it used to happen a lot.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, there's got to be, the matches themselves being different isn't necessarily as big of a deal to me. I mean, obviously there needs to be, you can't do the same match 3 times in a row. But the big thing for me is, like, it's got to be clear and obvious why we're continuing to do this.
Right.
And that's the number one thing for me, because doing trilogies, doing series just to do it, that shit sucks, man.
Yeah, to the point about the matches being different, so it is important that it's in a subtle way, right? Like, if you look at Flair and Steamboat, those matches do feel connected entirely.
Yeah.
But they are different, right? The first match is like a sprint almost, Chi-Town Rumble. The second match is the hour match, and the third match is like a middle ground in between those two. And I think that kind of allows you to remember them a certain way. Manny, anything on this one?
The only trilogies I can think about that like really moved me or whatever were like the typical like Omega Naito or whatever, or Omega Okada, where it's just like a young guy finally coming into a spot in the promotion, like he gets the next era, similar to like Steph Curry and LeBron James in the finals and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just like that, the new guard, if you're gonna do that,
Yeah.
New guard versus old guard kind of matches.
I'm with you. That's definitely something you see a lot in Japanese wrestling in particular, that kind of sports element. Absolutely. Yeah, good call. All right. Thank you for the question. Very good one. Brainbuster. 5 wrestlers, 1 manager. Who would be in your all-time dream faction? That's some big business right there.
Lord.
5 wrestlers and a manager. You got some room to play around. It's almost like a Dangerous Alliance template. I will go. I need to make this the most JHP build possible, right? So I need Sam Joe in there. I need the world's champion Athena in there. They're my two aces. Tag team the FTR of blocked confirmed shoot fame. Spare singles, the machine gun Carl Anderson. And then manager. Who's the most JHP pill manager? Like Gary Hart or some shit? No, Matt, it's Lexi Dangerously, right? We've got Lexi there as the valet. There you go. Athena, Joe, the FTR, machine gun, and Alexa as the valet. There's my squad. Shoot, have you got a lineup?
Come back to me.
All right. Manny, Dream Faction. 5 wrestlers, 1 manager. This is fun.
I feel like I have to have Nigel in there. I want to. For some reason, this always popped me. I always want to do a tag team of the Undertaker and Morishima, just like them two. Just
okay, it's free. I love it. All right.
I want Loki in there.
It's 4. Okay, hang on a second. Nigel, Morishima, Taker, and Loki. Okay, who's the 5th man?
The Necro Butcher.
So the Indies of the 2000 Indies plus the Undertaker is your outline. Who's your manager?
Sonny Ono.
Respect. It feels like, say, if you're like an editor or whatever the hell, that feels like a Photoshop possibility there. Manny's Faction. That could be a good visual. Jack, what are you thinking here? Dream Faction.
Manager Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
Correct answer. Flair, yep.
Ted DiBiase.
Oh.
Not the $1 Million Man.
No, Mid-South.
Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
So Flair, or Heenan, Flair, Ted DiBiase, Kurt Hennig.
Oh, baby. Jackie Crosby. Who's your tag team? Very tense. So many options. Deuce and Domino. It's got to be Arn and Tully, right?
No, this is a. I don't want to say. Here's the thing. I don't want to say Arn and Tully because that's a cop out.
Good for you, bro.
But I don't want to say the Road Warriors because they're the greatest tag team of all time. But they don't fit with the with the vibe.
They're the guys you're working with, right? So yeah, they're not in the group.
Flair, DiBiase, Hennig.
Oh, this is tough. He's fighting for his life here. It's very, very difficult, folks. Very, very difficult. Would you like us to come back to you, Jackie?
Let me think on the tag team for a second.
Okay, Bobby, take it away.
Okay. Can I have some of the same people that you had?
Sure.
Okay. All right, what do we got? Kurt Angle, FTR, Alexa Bliss, Sid, and Paul Heyman.
Sid and Lexi in the same faction.
Hell yeah.
They would get so mad at every airline. This fucking beast. All right, cool. Good shout. Shooter or Jack, who wants to go first?
Shoot, go.
Look at the nerves on the confirmed shoot.
Well, I'm trying to do a team. I'm trying to do ones where I'm not naming people that other people have named.
Okay.
So let's go. Obviously, we go Bockwinkel.
Of course.
We go Christian Cage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Good one.
We'll do the Midnight Express.
Oh.
We're gonna go Trish Stratus.
Oh yeah.
And
hell of a team.
We're gonna be managed by Gary Hart.
There you go. Strong.
Although I'm realizing now that I could have made Trish the manager, but
2 for 1.
Nice, very nice. Jack, are you any closer here? Are you gonna go Blake and Murphy or what, bro? The Vault villains.
You know what? I'll put FTR in there.
There you go. That fits, right?
That was my original team. Was FTR? Of course it was.
There you go. All right.
before we go, I want to give you all the visual of how I would debut Sonny Ono in.
Please do.
Yeah. So he already has his faction, but he's like, I got one more, I got one more guy, and everybody's scared, and all you see is him holding a chain off screen, And then next thing you know, after a few weeks, he's like walking down with some mysterious dark music, and then he has like a person, the Necro Butcher's covered in a white cloth, and he has him leading with a chain, because he's too crazy to be let go without a chain. And then once the match starts, he just takes off the cloth and he scares him like he's in a new environment every time. And then he unlocks the chain and he goes and squashes and kills the jobber,
MJF is doing what now?
August 2nd.
August 2nd. Grin along? I'm kidding. I'm not doing it.
I'm not
Manny,
kidding.
I know. Manny,
Have you ever heard of Doorjack?
Have you?
Huh?
Manny,
Anyway.
have you ever heard of Sonny Ono promo?
No.
Well, that explains it. All right. Let's move forward here. Thank you for the question, Brainbuster. That was a fun one. Again, if you are skilled when it comes to like the Photoshop and such, it feels like there was some potential there. I'm just saying. All right. Novi of Late Night Grin fame. Shout out Novi. No, I missed one. I'm gonna go back to Novi. We'll go back to it. EF. Hashtag Ask the Grinners. What would an interaction between Jack Crosby and Micah Richards in the corridors of CBS HQ look like?
Wait,
Micah
what?
Richards, Micah Richards. Are you aware of Micah Richards?
Yeah.
The football pundit. I feel like you guys would yell at each other a lot in a positive way. Big energy, guys. I feel like
Probably.
Yeah. He would laugh triumphantly as you listed off your wrestling faction or something like that. I feel like. One day we'll find out, maybe. Probably not, but one day, maybe.
They're not going to put me on TV. Although, wait, I have.
No.
I've
You've done
was
TV.
Once.
Yeah.
I was once.
Yeah, you were on the NWA show. Bob, we should try and get Micah Richards on the 31.
That'd be fun.
Who's Mick Richards?
He's a football pundit. I explained that about 15 seconds ago. All right. Novi, who are the most underrated wrestlers of the 2010s to today? Well, I think a guy whose most of his hype came before that, who started the decade in the WWF and is still on the national stage, who needs some love for, I think, is Matt Sydal, who has actually been good for the entire 14 years that is in question here. And it feels like is never really talked about or featured at all. So, yeah, I think Matt Sydal immediately comes to mind. Manny, this feels like one you might be able to do some magic on. 2010s to today, underrated wrestlers. Anyone come on?
What does underrated mean?
Do we have to play these games at this hour, really? I mean, you know exactly what it means. And
It's just somebody that's like really good that I know is really good but doesn't get enough love. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering because in the Observer, certain people win it. And it's like,
Okay. All right. I knew what he was doing here. I knew, and he was trying to get me a bury the Observer. With respect to Wrestling Observer, we are using the word underrated as it is, as what it actually means, rather than that thing they do in the Observer that I still don't understand. Take it away.
Come back to me on this. I gotta think of one.
I'm really glad someone who I think's been underrated for years, who's finally getting some run on TV. Mia Yim is killing it, dude. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah.
That's a good.
That's way overdue. Way overdue. So I'm thrilled for her. So that one comes to mind for sure. Bob, you're a big underrated wrestling guy. What do you think?
Honestly, like Baron Corbin's a good one because I know he's on TV. He's been on TV for like a million years, but like he's good. He's just been in shitty roles for.
He's been used wrong.
Yeah.
It's a shame too because the truth is, though that usage was so bad, he's never going to recover from that. Honestly, like because as soon as you put him on TV, everyone goes, "Oh fuck," and it's not his fault. It's just they used him as the top heel on Raw. It killed him. It's terrible.
That's bad.
Yeah. Good answer.
That 2019 run murdered him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he will never
murdered him.
He'll never recover from that, unfortunately. Not on the main roster anyway. It's a shame. Jack, any names you'd like to throw out there?
2010s.
Yeah, could be more recent too. Nobody said up to today, so you can throw some names out there. It's always hard. These questions are always hard. Like when it's You know, when you don't prepare like we haven't.
Yeah,
You-
like
dude.
like most shows, like they take the questions and they write notes. We didn't.
No,
Like
absolutely not.
we're just getting thrown these.
Ludwig Kaiser, he's starting to get people are starting to realize how good he is. By the way,
Bro, he's so good.
he's money, dude.
Oh,
that
yeah,
guy's
under
fresh.
here. Joe Hendry.
Really, I'm intrigued by that. I haven't seen enough of his
I
matches, sincerely.
look. I have been watching Hendry for the last 7 years, and he's been doing this same thing. And now all of a sudden, WWE's like, "Well, wait a minute."
It's like it's like LA Knight. Like it's the same shtick he's been doing his whole career, and it's just like emerged on the national stage at this point in his career. It's always
Look, Joe Hendry shit in ICW you popped me fucking huge.
yeah, I didn't see any
He
of
would
it.
do it. Pop me. And did you see the promo he cut on, or the whatever you want to call it, on Elias?
Song. No, was that
Oh.
recent?
Yeah, it was like yesterday.
Fuck Elias. I haven't thought about him
And
for a while. Was he
Hendry-
wrestling?
It was about how he was wrestling Elias on an independent show, and
Right?
the song, I'll drop it in the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
The song was about how, like, I stole your job. It was so fucking good. Hold on.
Elias had himself a real run there for a minute. He was all over their TV for a while.
Mhm.
Does he do a lot of indie dates? I didn't see a lot of it. He talk about it. Anyone aware? I don't know.
He just preaches the gospel on TikTok.
There you go. Oh, Jackie's linked this. We'll have to circle back. Confirm shoot any underrated wrestlers you would like to cite.
Sean Spears.
There you go. The chairman. Ain't underrated anymore, brother. He's
That's
fucking
true,
on top.
man. One of the best matches in WWE history.
There you go.
I got a name now.
Come on.
Does this person count? Ted DiBiase Jr.
Well, I think he's in jail, but if you want, yeah.
Oh, she's in jail.
I think so, isn't he? Is he in prison? Doesn't mean he's not underrated. I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle.
I don't know. For some reason, I looked at my Great Muda poster and he just popped in my head. I don't know why. Ted DiBiase Jr. popped in my
Look
head.
at your Great Muta poster and Ted DiBiase Jr. came on. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. There's some answers for you, Novi. We went all over the place there. All right. We have at Glock Hogan, who says,
Buddy
Oh.
Matthews is the real answer, by the way.
Bob Matt, yeah. Bob,
Sorry.
that's fine. I thought you was going to say Madison Rain. Bob, is it true that you were kicked out of the Krusty Clown College for beating the other clowns with a fake arm? Bob?
No comment.
Statute
I
of
kinda-
limitation still stands.
It kind of seems like it's yes to me. It's an interesting answer to the question. It's a very specific thing for someone to have made up, so it doesn't really bode well. All right, Ethan asks, which promotion do you think would benefit the most? Would it be AEW getting WWE storytelling or WWE getting AEW's in-ring action? I think this is like kind of a trick question. Not a trick question. What I mean is, I don't know if AEW doing WWE storytelling is like would be of any use whatsoever. So I think by default the other one wins, right? Like I just think that would be a massive mistake. The way they do their storytelling wouldn't fit, I don't think.
The problem with that question is that now you're defeating the purpose of there being an alternative. If you want storytelling, WWE. If you want the in-ring stuff, go to AEW. Like you can't because then we're getting close to like they're supposed to be different, not one and the same.
But just by default, I think you would say the second one, right? Just because, you know, if the pay-per-views were kind of more action-packed, that would be a good thing, I guess. I don't think it would really matter to most of the audience, but it would be good. It'd probably be the answer.
If WWE
It's also AEW has its own storytelling, and they just did like 2 big angles. So it's all I don't know. So, Manny, yes.
if WWE got AEW's in ring, it would be over for AEW, man. Just 6 feet under. I mean,
All right, we have a 6th grinner here. Very special occasion as we reach the hour mark. LNG Hall of Famer Jaychele back in the building. Jaychele, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing
Good.
great.
We're
We're
here.
answering questions. We've given up on coming up with ideas for the shows now, so we just ask the audience to give us questions. It's going great. It really is going great.
Jaychele, Manny got bullied by 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you can explain it again. It was quite an unfortunate situation to get himself into. To be honest with you, Jaychele, it was the kind of story that I would never tell publicly once, and he told it with glee on his face. But we'll clip it. When we clip it, I'll send you the clip. All right, we'll clip it. Tope will do a nice short for us. But all right, we're going to go through these questions. Jaychele, you're now just part of the panel answering these incredible questions. So with that in mind, at Bad Take Farley, rate Trump's blade job. I don't know if that's one you want to start on, Jaychele. Would you like to pass that one?
I'm gonna say pass. I don't want to get canceled.
Good answer. Manny's all about the cancellation talk. Manny?
hey man, just little turn to the side, he would have been dead. That's all I'm saying.
That doesn't answer the question at all.
Wait, what was the question?
No, never mind. That's fine. I'm hesitant to ask this. Bob?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Not going to ask Jack because he's a professional. Confirm shoot?
Absolutely not.
All right. There you go. There's your answer. Welcome to the show, Jaychele.
Honestly,
I told you it was going great.
Never mind.
If Alex was here, none of us. Oh no, Alex is in the chat. Alex asked the Grinners this way specific to Robert O'Neill, who really won the 2020 US presidential election. A shake of the head from old Bobby Two Shoes. Alex, we hope you are well. Can't believe Alex lucked out and got that Ishii Roddy match tomorrow. That's nasty business. All right.
He's got a hell of a lineup tomorrow.
Yeah,
for his personal interests.
Tope Suicida, lead editor of Late Night Grin. Would you rather fight Butterbean in his prime for 45 seconds or 3 local high schoolers? If you choose to fight Butterbean, then it's peak Butterbean. It will be in an official boxing match that is televised to the masses. Silent M. If you survive the 45 seconds without being knocked out or forfeiting, then you will be awarded $25 million. If during those 45 seconds you can land a legal boxing blow on the bean, you will be awarded $10 million. This is a dangerous, bloodlustful, and motivated Butterbean. If you choose, hang on a second, there's more. If you choose the high schoolers, then you will face 2 freshmen and a junior currently attending your local high school. If you win, then you will be awarded $15 million. They will be members of the wrestling team, and you will have to fight all 3 at the same time. You have to make them forfeit or knock them out once to remove them from the fight pit.
This is a long question.
My high school doesn't have a wrestling team, so I take that one.
There you go.
And I'm old enough to remember peak Butterbean, so fuck that shit.
Dude, I was going to say, I am not stepping in a boxing ring with that. I'll take my chances. Yeah, fuck that. Because it feels like if you get beat up by the 3 young grapplers, like it feels like it's going to be less the brain damage from fighting Butterbean. Feels. Yeah. I mean, I know it's only a short fight, but I mean, we're not lasting past 10, 15 seconds in that situation. That's ridiculous. I don't know. Bob?
I think you got to pick the high schoolers because, and Butterbean was great in his prime, but even if he wasn't, though, like professional boxers, professional fighters, professional athletes are still professional athletes, and you're not.
Wow. You see the kind of analysis we do around here, Jaychele? What do you think about that? Bob was very direct there.
It felt
He's
like it
gone
was
all
like
the way.
poignant. Like
Yeah. Well, you know why, right? You know what he's preparing for. I know you've heard Skip Bayless is leaving Fox Sports.
oh my God.
Bobby said he's got himself a vacancy over there, so we'll see how it goes. Good work, Bobby. Jaychele, do you have an opinion on this debate of the Butterbean or the
I don't know who Butterbean is.
very large fella? Very large. He used to box 4-round fights. He would wear like American flag trunks. Very, very large. Yeah, I don't think any of us want to fight
Is
him.
good or like
Jaychele,
nice. Oh.
go to Peacock and watch WrestleMania 15.
Yeah, he violently knocks a man out on that show.
Okay.
For real, legitimately knocks someone out cold. Which is one of the craziest things they ever did, actually. But yeah, he's also bald. Manny, what do you think?
I want Butterbean.
Wow, really?
I can take it.
Manny, he would fuck you up. What the?
I can take an ass whooping, bro. I've been in fights. I can take an ass whooping.
That's butter.
It's
Man,
not like it's not gonna be like a beating. He's gonna knock you unconscious. You know, like I feel like it's.
Man, it's a funny story. And it's just, I mean,
Yeah.
because the thing is, I just know if I fought the wrestlers, I'll be pissed off because they just fucking just take me down. I'll be like, pussies, fight
like
me.
Like he's Paul Daly. Jack.
They'll just take me down. I would be just like, pussies, get me up. I will just fight man to man. Just don't let take me down or whatever, man. I already know what's gonna happen.
You've now built this law where you're like a striker. Like in your head now, you're like a Muay Thai practitioner because of course you have. All right, whatever. Matt, have you got anything on this?
Yeah, I'm fighting Butterbean.
Really?
But I wanna make clear that I'm going purely by the stipulations that were laid out by the Tope Suicida, because to get the money, I've got to beat the high school kids.
True.
To get the money against Butterbean, I just got to last 45 seconds. Now, look, the odds of me being able to run around the ring for 45 seconds without getting exhausted are not very high, but I would try it anyway. So I'm just playing the odds here because I'm definitely not beating the 3 high school kids. Like, there's no chance of that. At least with Butterbean, maybe I get lucky and last 45 seconds. I've never lasted 45 seconds before, but maybe this time. God damn it. No, hitting a strike, you get an extra 10 million. So you just have to last the 45 seconds. So you run, you hug him.
Take some body shots.
I mean, honestly, you could like duck under the ropes. Yeah, I'm fighting Butter. Plus, look, man, I lost to Butterbean, and yeah, maybe I get some brain damage, but that's better than losing to fucking 3 14 and 15-year-olds. I'm 43 years old, man.
I don't know, man.
I can't show my face ever again. I'd have to move.
Yeah, I guess. Interesting. All right. Benjamin asks, which wrestlers would you spend a full weekend with? Oh, Jesus. I can't really answer this without, like, the problem with these ones is, this is not your fault, Benjamin, but, like, I can't, kayfabe,
What was the question again?
Is which wrestlers would you spend a full weekend with?
I'm
And
not
Jaychele is
answering
now, in her head, is seeing all of my answers come and go past her, and I can't say them because then I expose my business. I'm fucked.
It's so funny.
It is. I can't answer it, but Bob O'Neill can. Bobby, where you going, mate? Where you spending your weekend?
Sting. He seems fun, I guess. We'd have a nice time.
The idea of Bobby just sitting on dinner with the Stinger. All right. Wonderful. Manny?
I want to hang out with Undertaker. I want to see what a day in the life will
Bet
take
you
this.
fucking do. Yeah, I bet.
I want to see
I
what he
bet you
does.
do. You know full well what he does, and you want to be part of it. You've been trying to get this bit over for so long, like this thing where you actually like his podcast, but you do it in sort of hints, and it's just disgusting, dude. It's
Actually,
really...
I haven't listened to it in a while, but I just want
Oh,
to
here we
see
go.
what it's. I just want to
Here
see
we
what a day in the life with the Undertaker is, and plus I don't have to drive far. It's like an hour away from me.
Okay, now it's about logistics. Now it's about how much petrol is going to go. Okay, fine. Jack, I'm going to assume you don't have an answer for which wrestler you spend a full weekend with, or not one that you can say publicly without exposing your business.
Randy Orton.
I'm just imagining you.
Randy.
Just the idea of Jackie just making towns with Randall. That rules. All right. Shoot. Any answer for this?
They would hate me and I would hate them. None of them.
Jaychele, anyone come to mind?
I have a couple answers. How many people do I get?
As many as you want.
Okay, obvious ones first. Bianca and Jade. I feel like we would have a lot of
as
fun.
a unit, right? As a unit, or as
together, yeah, of course. Then I feel like I would also have fun with Liv Morgan, but like a different type of way. Like we would do like arts and crafts and stuff like that.
Drugs.
So,
I mean, you said arts and crafts. Come on,
Joe. What, Joe? She makes candles.
Who makes
I'm sure she does. It's both things can be true, you know.
She also publicly does drugs.
You only live. Look, I say it with love. I think she's cool as fuck. But you know, I mean, you only live once, right? Is what it is.
Oh my
It wasn't a knot, guys. It wasn't a knot. Carry on, Jaychele.
Oh, the last one was just like the NXT female roster of color, like the.
Okay.
Yeah, only those ones.
Good save.
I was gonna say I was gonna give an interesting experience.
No, so just like Jakara and then like Lash and Kaylani, even Lola Vice, maybe like that group. I feel like would be good.
I like it. There you go, folks.
Oof.
Thank you for the question, Benjamin. That resulted in some incredible answers. Thank you. Tope is back again, and he says, would the current wrestling industry be better or worse if only Kesha songs could be used as entrance music? Features count. Matt?
Yeah, I didn't prepare anything for this after all. But
Yeah.
but anyway, the answer to the question is yes,
No.
clearly.
Okay, let's be clear. You actively sent
Yeah.
this to me.
Yes. So to recap,
Yeah.
I saw this question get posted on Twitter, and I sent that to Joe, and I said, "Hey, make sure this makes the list, so I can riff about it." And then I just didn't prepare anything at all.
Nice.
But Kesha rules. So the answer is yes. At one point I was planning on, compiling a list of songs and who they should go to, but then I just remembered I don't get paid for the show. So
High five.
anyway, the answer is yes.
Jaychele, what do we think about this?
About Kesha?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
So I only know TikTok. Which
TikTok the song, not the application. You're talking
well,
about,
of
yeah.
course I know the app, but like I don't know, who would TikTok be for? Karrion Kross?
Oh my god. Someone needs to edit his current entrance, but with that track over the top of it.
His birthday was like yesterday or today or something like that. I saw a tweet from WWE. That's
Even better, you can at him like happy birthday. Look at this thing I made for you.
That song. No, never mind.
You sure?
That song opens with "Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy." So there's a long list of wrestlers who could use that theme.
Oh, well.
There, I did it. Next question.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right.
I tried not to do it, and you fucking
did.
dared me.
My fault. It's my fault. My fault. Andrew, will Manny donate his brain for science?
So I'm so confused on who's Kesha. Like, which Kesha are you talking about? Like Kesha Cole or what? Like, who's?
What?
I think your answer there suggests you need to actually donate your brain for science.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I am an organ donor. I mean, I guess. Like,
Man, are you doing a bit?
I actually don't know who Kesha is. The only Kesha I know is Keisha Cole.
Keisha. Oh my God.
Different person.
She's dating Huncho.
So
Do
you're
you
going to donate your brain or not?
Huncho is?
No, I don't know who that is.
That just popped me huge.
Ibou,
Wait,
Shoot is
Honcho?
bald.
Wait. You said Honcho?
Yeah.
You mean it?
To be fair, I do usually wear
Quavo?
hats.
Is that Quavo, right?
No, he's different. Huncho has an X in his name, but he's from Atlanta.
Why do you keep saying different people and thinking they're one person?
Honestly-
Honcho's Quavo. He has an album with Travis Scott.
That's his nickname, but his
Right.
Huncho is an artist.
This is
Right.
kind of beast because this started with Manny saying that he doesn't know who Kesha is, who I'm a big fan of, legitimately, not even doing a bit. And then he started listing people that I've never heard.
I feel like we're all bearing the lead though. I've just realised that Shoot is the opposite. He's the opposite Montgomery. Because everyone thinks Monty is bald. And then he takes his hat off and you realise he has a full head of hair.
Now,
The
to be
switcher.
fair, my default haircut is bald, but I'm very lazy, so I'm often not bald. Except for like in this area here, because
Right.
naturally I'm bald now. But
The enforcer on Anderson.
yes.
Style.
So I guess I do normally have hair. Anyway.
Yeah. We should always like change up our looks around here. Look
Yeah.
at me right now.
And then the no facial hair thing was on a whim. So
See it, Jaychele, see how young I'm looking right now? Look at me. Look at my hair. My hair looks like it's been spiked up, like I'm 12 years old all over again. It's fucking-
take
Shark-
care,
I'm
spike
living
your
the
hair.
dream.
He looks like Shark Boy. The Shark Boy haircut.
You do look like Shark Boy. I've always said that.
Thank you for the question, Andrew. I think we answered it.
You look like a young Walker Stewart. That was JJ, to be clear, not me.
Has some questions. We love you, Meech. We hope you are well. He says, what is your personal top 3 favorite wrestling themes?
That's a lot
I
of
have
work.
to say, after it went viral this week, I've got to say, seriously, dude, Deuce and Domino blew my mind. I
Yeah.
can't believe that's real. I can't believe, honestly,
You
Bob,
fucking dork.
No,
dude,
I
no,
saw you this week.
no.
I'm going to
Hang
tell
on.
you on stream. You fucking dork.
Okay, hold up. Chill out, Joe Hendry Stan. All right, listen. Bob has a Ruthless Aggression podcast.
Yes.
Bob knows I've seen none of it, right? Bob and I have been friends for 4 years, and never at any point has he said to me, "Have you heard Deuce and Domino's theme?" I couldn't believe it. Have you?
No, it
Seriously.
rules, man. It's one of probably my top 3, if we're being honest. Like
It's
been
unbelievable.
stuck in my head for 20 years.
It's incredible. I tweeted it on a whim, and like everyone was quoting it in awe of this fucking thing. It's spectacular. I've never seen any of their matches.
Well,
Who gives a shit?
that's okay.
Best wrestling themes. We're trying to exclude like,
Copyright
licensed.
theme,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I got 3 of them.
Go on, man.
I got Darkness, Jeff Hardy. I got The Clock is Ticking MVP.
That's a good one.
Go on,
And-
Manny.
MVP is
And-
great.
Shawn Michaels, Sexy Kid, or Chris Jericho's Break the
Sexy
Walls.
kid.
Not what that's called.
What is it?
Sexy kid.
Bob's delivery on "That's Not What That's Called" was incredible.
This is a good Austin's like
Oh,
hill
yeah.
theme, snow theme.
Yeah.
Is fucking
I don't
sick.
know why they got rid of that, or
It's
like,
sick,
that was
dude.
so perfect.
Sick.
Um, Rick Rude's WCW theme rules.
The one with the vocal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Hollywood Rock. Rob Van Dam, One of a Kind, is very good. Maven had a good theme. Shout out to Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle loves that theme. I'm trying to use
Obviously, like we talked about.
some good ones in the chat too. Jaychele, any themes come to mind? Any favorite wrestling themes?
The one that came to my mind was Dolph Ziggler's.
Really?
I love Dolph.
That's a good theme.
Did you see his tweet last night?
I don't know. I don't follow him no more. What did he say?
Interesting fella. He's a good theme. The Undertaker theme is a classic. You can't argue with that. While we're on the topic of, never mind. Batista.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Big
walks for miles.
My fucking
Evolution. This,
Love
yes.
Yeah, I had the Undertaker Ministry of Darkness theme is fucking incredible. I had that on my list. Christian's theme when he came back to WWE and ECW, like the second version of that theme. The first one's good too, but the second one is Goldberg's theme.
Oh yes,
Voices. That's a good song.
There you
Not
go.
a huge fan.
Randy's first theme that he hates was a great professional wrestling
That's
theme.
good.
I'll be honest.
Song.
Really?
Yeah. The
Oh,
Osprey's theme is fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's stuck
See,
in my
that's a-
head every time.
That's a classic wrestling theme in that, like, that's a quite unfortunate song without the context of it being his theme, but as his theme, it fucking rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can listen to it as his theme.
That's Cody's theme. is the
Yeah,
same way.
Cody's.
Mhm.
Cody's is a classic theme.
Like if you just listen to that song on Spotify, you're a pervert. But as a wrestling theme, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And then it's actually the fucking Nexus theme
Yeah.
Mhm.
rules.
I don't know.
I
It was
can't
so
assemble that
perfect, and then they fucking dropped the ball.
Yeah,
How was the Cause theme? Did they have a good theme?
I don't remember it.
I can't we forgot a legendary one.
And
619.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's just Himos.
Oh,
The chat says End of Heartache. That's a good one. Slow Kid. Look, that fucking Kane theme. Fucking, but that
Oh,
theme
yeah.
rules, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This is also from each. What match is a definitive match for your favorite wrestler that made you say, quote, this is the one? Definitive match for your favorite wrestler.
Like current
very
favorite
hard.
wrestler?
Take your pick, Jackie. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, mate.
I don't even know who my current favorite wrestler is.
You do your favorite all time.
Current
Well-
favorite wrestler? It was the MJF Danielson Iron Man match.
That's the correct answer for you, yeah. Because you were shameless after that. Shameless. And I respected it. I'll let you cook on that. Fair. All right. Jaychele, definitive match for your favorite wrestler. What are you thinking?
I think it's so hard because, like, I just start liking wrestlers based off of their personality more so than even like their match quality for me. So that's why I was trying to think of like Bianca, and I was like, well, I liked Bianca regardless, like, of whatever the match is.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think I was trying to think of like Liv, and I think it's like probably like her and the like elimination chamber, like with the Riot Squad just taking like crazy bumps or something like that, like early when she first got onto the roster. But that's the best that I can like think of.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Bobby?
Let's see. So for Kurt Angle, I mean, SummerSlam 2001 is probably his best match, but he was like there by then, obviously. It's tough.
It's the fact that you see it, like you actually like made a point of I'm going to make Kurt Angle my favorite tonight, and then it keeps coming up. I'm sorry, it's just funny.
Yeah, so I'll go with Angle versus Austin from SummerSlam 2001.
Well, I would say this is not. I don't think this is the most famous or sexy answer for Joe, but I think it's Samoa Joe. I'm not talking about myself in third person now. I do that off the air. I honestly think the hour draw with Danielson is like an absolute masterpiece. And underrated's too strong because people are aware of how good it is, but I circle that one personally. I think that match says a lot about how great he was and is. Hopefully, they can run it back at some point before it's too late. Where are we at? Manny, what's your answer for this one?
it has to be a current wrestler.
No.
Oh,
Your favorite wrestler ever?
the one that made me was like, oh, this guy's fucking him is when Austin Aries hit Nigel with that dive and he busted his head open. I said, fuck yeah, bro, this is the man right here. And then he fights the rest of the match concussed, but
Yeah.
it ruled.
That became one of his signature spots, the concussed finish of match, yes. Fair. Shooter, anything on this one, mate?
I don't have a good answer.
Fair enough.
I don't think, like, I'm trying to, because generally what makes me like wrestlers isn't the wrestling itself. I mean, it's important, but that's not what connects them to me. I guess the best example of that would probably be Buddy, but I can't tell you the match where it happened. Part of it was just JJ hyping him up to me for a year, and then he shows up in the 205 Live tournament and killed it. But I can't even remember who he wrestled in that because I'm old and I can't remember shit anymore. But
I want to say he worked Cedric.
No, remember the fucking Buddy Roman match?
Oh,
that was
good.
Yeah, he was already my guy then, but
that was where it went. Boom.
Yeah.
I think Roman Reigns is a good wrestler.
The Bryan match is good too, but the Roman one's better.
Yeah. Tribal Chief.
Will Bob find this is also Mitch? Will Bob finally tell the truth about Barbergate? Bob?
About when I met Brutus Beefcake?
It's not what Mitch has read. For anyone who's unaware, there's an episode of the Late Night Grin. I don't know what one it is, nor do I know what we titled it. But we were so short on things to talk about in professional wrestling that we dedicated 2 hours to a sort of accelerating conspiracy that Bob had murdered his barber.
Yeah. I think it's the same one from earlier with Jack that you said that we can't talk
really?
about. Yeah, I believe it's the same show because Jack left.
Double.
Yeah.
1-2 punch.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's back when we used to do 4-hour shows for no reason whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great time in my life. Yep. I don't regret it at all. What are you talking about? All right. So he's not going to tell the truth, Meech was the answer to that. All right, Andrew back again. It's his favorite Luke Gallows gimmick. Well, I mean, what are the gimmicks? Like the actual options for gimmick? Festus, the director of chaos in the Aces and Eights.
Bullet Club. This is come on.
That's a great theme too, Jesse and Festus.
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy,
bro. That
maybe a man.
Man, that fucked me up when I found out Festus wasn't really like that. Man, that fucked me up.
Come on!
Is that what you found out wrestling?
Really?
I didn't know it was Gallows too.
It is crazy. All right, stop that now. It is crazy though. Seriously. That Gallows, we talk about Deuce and Domino. That's the same era, right? SmackDown tag teams, Festus and Jesse, Deuce, Domino. It's like Gallows is still fucking signed there, dude. Yeah. What an artist.
He's been signed there like 5
What
times
a worker.
Now.
Like, that's a worker.
That's like 16. It's 16 years ago.
WORKER. Worker.
He won a match this week, too. All right. Yeah, Sex Ferguson. This is fair, actually. Andrew's right. Sex Ferguson's a good call.
Didn't Gallows wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. and Noah or something like that?
He would have, in like a multi-man maybe, or might team with him. He did like a tour with Noah where he does some 6-man stuff with Bobby Fish and Roddy Strong, hilariously, which is interesting. He's doing like a Bruiser Brody cosplay. It's the whole thing. Rough Garden says, this is at Joe Holbert, what are your top 5 favorite Al Horford moments? I only have one, which was when there was like a stretch of games where Joel was hurt. And he had this this moment in the sun where he was able to play the 5 and Simmons was the point guard. And for a minute, the Philly media was convinced that this was actually the way for the Sixers to achieve greatness. And that is my favorite Al Horford moment because of how incredibly it's aged.
Joe, they're moving to New Jersey. Did you hear about that?
I've heard that, yeah. I've heard that. But I remember being very excited that Al Horford wouldn't be able to guard Embiid anymore. And then a year later, he was gone and has guarded him consistently since then. So,
I remember Al Horford on the Hawks. Him and Paul Millsap. Monster duo.
Crazy duo, too. I respect it. Great basketball players. They're just not that, it's like a weird. But he's honestly tortured the Sixers. But I do have some very funny Al Horford shirts. By the way, Bob, what should they do to the like button?
You smash that like button.
Hell yeah. Lord Lambo, favorite year of wrestling that you watched in real time and you've went back and watched? How many of you haven't answered this? I'm actually intrigued.
No.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah, I could do it.
Bobby, go on, mate.
Probably it might still be 2002 just because it was my first year watching, but also like that was when they were really kind of cooking, especially on SmackDown. As far as going back and watch, that's tough. Like I enjoyed the 1993 stuff I did last year, especially kind of getting the last taste of WCW before everything changes and Hogan comes in. WWF mostly bad in 1993, but whatever. So, but kind of just going through and finally watching that. Probably 1993.
Bob, thank you for actually understanding the question better than I did. They're two different questions.
Yeah.
My apologies. Yeah, thank you, Bob. So it's your favorite year of wrestling that you watched in real time, and then it's a separate question. If you've watched one back in hindsight, what would be that?
Mhm.
So different things. So for me, I would say my favorite year in real time is easily 2016. I have very fond memories of that time in life, and just it was very fun. Old school year would probably be 92 because you get the Dangerous Alliance stuff, and I'm always fascinated by that time in WWF. Flair's there. It's like a really interesting time. Brett's climbing. That would be my two answers, I think. Jaychele, what's your favorite wrestling year, do you think?
Yeah, I was trying to do the math. It's whatever year they had the SummerSlam like triple threat with like the Bellas and Alicia Fox, and then it was like PCB.
2015.
Yeah, it was whatever that. Yeah, 2015. That time, even 2014 to like 2016, I would say that was like when I really first started watching. But like, if I'm going back and like deciding a time that I would have wished that I was watching, I would probably say it's like when Edge probably got like the first Money in the Bank around that time, or when like they were doing weird stuff with Vicky Guerrero, because I thought that was funny. I always like in the 2010s.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, good one, Matt. What comes to mind? Favorite wrestling year?
Real time's probably 1992. More recent will be 2021.
Yeah,
that's
2021 was great.
AEW only, which is all I watched at the time. 92, I watched both. And then going back would be 83 World Class.
There you go. Jackie?
Real time, like shoot, 2021 AEW.
That was very cool.
Going back to watch 1985 NWA.
I like it. 2021 was like unbelievably cool, especially because we started this. There was just too much stress in my life to look at it that way, which is a shame, but it happens.
Stress in your life. My kid was being born.
I know. I wasn't suggesting there was less in yours. I just, it was an interesting time in the land of Bert.
I started doing podcasts, so I got both y'all beat.
Yeah, true.
After I spent 2 decades, that doesn't even make sense.
Ibou, I love you dearly. You're not getting a link from me because we are 25 minutes away from the end of this show and have many questions left to answer. We'll get you next time. I want to go
Send
to
him
bed.
the link.
I want to go to bed soon. Can we get to the end of the questions?
I can send him a link.
Rudy asks, it's just fine.
Wow, you didn't even ask me.
Sorry, Manny.
You can't send him a link.
Huh?
Manny can't send him a link.
No, about my question.
No, the question. I'm going to link it because I feel bad. He puts up with so much of my shit.
I was trying to log in and everything.
I don't like to rewatch a lot of stuff that I did see in real time because I just remember it. Or I don't want to say that, but I can vaguely remember it. But my favorite thing to go look back is like late 80s Japan stuff, like anything from like shoot fighting to pro wrestling, because you find like weird obscure stuff. Like I remember one time I found Vader versus Ken Shamrock in a cage. I think that was like in FMW or something like that. I don't know where that was, but that was pretty awesome. They had like a shoot fight in there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When they're both WWF wrestlers, they I know what you're talking about.
We're gonna
lock
in and keep Joe up.
What?
We're going 3 hours.
Oh, whoa.
We fucking ain't. Favorite championship designs? Rudy asks. The big gold is undefeated, I'm afraid. The big gold, the old school WWF tag titles. Winged Eagle.
Winged Eagle.
1987 Hogan's title.
Wow.
Which belt is that? I get confused. Pre-Winged Eagle confused.
WrestleMania 3. That one before Winged. That one is my favorite.
Wow.
WWF.
So,
Hold on.
Jackie, you're not. I'm not just because your favorite's your favorite, but I think you're gonna. When I say this one, you're gonna pop. Texas Heavyweight Championship. Got no reaction.
I love how serious this is.
Yeah. I love that.
Cool.
That
Also
Texas,
a good one. Barry Windham had the Western States Heritage Championship. It's a great design too.
It's such fucking losers. Listen to this.
All
shit.
right, I got 2 belts here, but they're not wrestling belts. It's the
Manny, you're too young for this conversation. Get the fuck out.
it's the UFC belt, the one before Dana White changed them to
Oh,
these ugly
come
looking ones.
on. This is not the Observer. We don't talk about mixed martial arts like it's wrestling here.
And then-
Please.
I like the what is it? Fuck, what is it? Let me look it up.
Said
real
you
quick.
had to. Fuck.
The WBA boxing title, the USA.
Neither of those. Okay. Jaychele, before we
They're
bring
nice
you up,
belts, though, right?
favorite championship designs. They are, yes. Jaychele, favorite championship designs.
I fucking love that butterfly belt. It is so
Let's
bad. Me and
Yeah.
the butterfly are locked in for life.
It will always be remembered, though, right? It was tough. I totally get it. There's a whole generation that fucks with it.
Oh my
Look at that belt.
That rules.
It's not a good
Yeah.
belt.
All right. We have a guest. I felt very bad for turning down his link request because he really does. He does tolerate a lot of my
This
shit. I
actually
shouldn't
is
have
true, by the way. There's a butterfly belt in my house.
There is, yeah. Ibou, do you have a butterfly belt?
No, go fuck yourself. You know, like kicks the shit out of me after I asked for a link.
I'm sorry, dude. No, that's my bad.
I was just gonna do a little 2-minute cameo. He's like, "Go fuck yourself." Throws me out and says, "Hey, where's your butterfly belt?" I don't have one, you asshole. Thank you for having me, everybody. I'm not gonna take up too much of your guys this time. Favorite belt designs. There's this late 90s, early 2000s IWGP championship design where it's like half a belt, like half a circle, and there's kind of like a crownish design on the top of it. I just kind of really dig that belt for some reason. I think of Scott Norton and Keiji Muto when I look at that championship.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. I think of Kazuki Fujita, you know, Kazunari Murakami and a bunch of other shoot assholes. You know, just a lot of shoot fighting dickheads, you know, guys like that. You know, Naoya Ogawa, but that would be one. God, other than that, I'm a basic bitch. You know what I mean? Like the big gold is awesome. The Winged Eagle is sick.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that. The WCW United States Heavyweight Championship is gorgeous.
Great belt, yeah.
That's a lovely belt.
What?
See, I'm partial to the NWA one that Lex Luger held.
It's a good belt too.
Yeah.
That
I love the
WCW.
NWA one.
I love that WCW belt because it's like
Jaychele.
it's the only one that like survived all the logo changes and shit. They just
Right.
kept that same belt the entire time.
That's awesome.
I know
This
we're
is a
talking.
good shout in the chat, by the way. That belt's underrated.
Yeah.
If
When
we're
the
talking
Brock
wresling,
It's pretty
I
good.
think it's my pick, actually. About rules. I
Yeah,
have
but
one.
you can,
I think-
you feel free to stay because we're just going to read questions. But you feel free to stay, bro.
Okay,
as long as you want to be here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Joe.
I want to give honorable mention real quick. I like Taz's original FTW championship too.
Yeah.
both
Smoking
designs
Skull
are
belt's
both,
good.
both. Yeah, the Smoking Skull is. You know, it's funny. When I was a kid, I actually didn't like it. And I was like, it felt. It's weird. Like I didn't mind the fucking Cena spinner belt, but I thought the Smoking
awesome.
Skull
Oh.
when I watched that in freaking DVDs and stuff, I was like, this is too gimmicky. You know, look at me being a dumb fucking ruthless aggression kid. But you know, I'm like, the Cena belt's sick. The Austin belt sucks. Like
I like the Cena. I like the Cena Spinner US belt better than the world title.
Yeah.
It looks a lot more natural, I think. Yeah.
It's crazy. I wanted to quickly.
Yes.
One of the earlier questions. I just want to say, because we're talking about like best years in real time. I was just gonna say, 2021 AEW is so good that it made people think wrestling was good. Wrestling was not good in 2021.
No, it sucks, actually.
If you looked around you, every promotion was fucking awful. AEW was unbelievable. And I remember every week after Dynamite, people like, man, oh, baby, wrestling is so good right now. And I'm like, no, it's not. No,
It's just AEW.
AEW is incredible. Wrestling is not that. Have you watched the
Yeah,
New
you're not
Japan
wrong,
show?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right. It tricked me into being a podcaster, and look at me now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to read questions, and the time for formatting and hosting is done. We're just going to just yell
shout our
answers
answers
now.
out.
Yeah,
Let's go.
because it'll be fine. JJ says,
False.
Can you guys can you guys do predictions for the upcoming TNA pay-per-view? No. Bob, shoot, I see you like the NASCAR. Do you have a favorite driver or team?
SVG.
Bubba Wallace.
I like Bubba.
Not
too.
his team, but his drivers. Or he's good as a driver. His team sucks. Well, the team's good.
Yeah,
His
hard.
team sucks.
Fucking hillbillies.
Did I miss the Republican National Convention conversation?
I know,
podcast,
right? Joe, more WCW trademarks have been announced. Do you think one day WCW will be back replacing NXT? I certainly hope not, but I will say that it makes me really fucking mad that Halloween Havoc is a thing and it isn't like a massive event at MGM Grand Garden, but you know, can't have everything you want in life.
WCW being the World Wrestling Federation developmental territory would be the most insulting thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett's bringing it back. Don't worry about it. Question for Manny, as I didn't want to leave him out. Owned. You decide to book a last man standing death match between Abdullah the Butcher and versus Super Butcher. Oh Jesus! Sorry, let me just edit
Say it.
The Butcher versus Jimmy Snuka versus Chris Benoit. I'm not reading the phrasing that was.
Benny the Butcher.
Give us your. The other one was.
3 1/4.
Give us your play-by-play of the crime scene and who's going over the crime scene.
Scene.
This is actual murder now. What are we doing here? All right, Manny, do you want to touch that? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you can't wait.
I'm gonna go with
Crime scene. Fuck.
Manny the Butcher.
All right.
Just-
That's
Well, I guess I won't touch it.
right. You don't have to explain.
Everybody has shoot jobs here. I don't want to get everybody in trouble.
Right.
Not all of us.
Tope, if you could be either a calf kick or a spinning back elbow, which would you be, Manny?
Spinning elbow.
Andrew, favorite guest speech in the audience? This question is for Bob. That's Andrew's words, not mine. Bob?
Didn't watch any of it. Could get into my college football dynasty, which I plan to do for these sorts of segments, but we're short on time, so fuck it.
Wow.
JJ in the chat is pointing out that you credited that TNA question to him instead of the other JJ.
Yeah, sorry, yes. Other JJ, not JJ Williams of photography fame.
Of not
All
watching
right.
TNA lore.
Andrew, does Conor McGregor step in the cage in December? Who do you think wins between DDP and Izzy, Max Holloway, and Tapuria?
Who's DDP
Jack-
fighting?
Jack, what do you reckon? Does Conor fight in December?
Yes.
I think so too. Manny?
Yeah, but I don't think he has the passion anymore. He's a
Okay.
broken man.
Who you got? DDP or Adesanya? I got Izzy.
Izzy.
Dallas
Max-
Max is fighting?
I'll go DDP.
Max or Tapuria?
Max.
Max.
I got Tapuria reluctantly.
I'm with Joe.
Hopefully I'm wrong.
I agree with you.
Thanks, mate. Chris, Welp, now that Jack Crosby has come onto the late night grid, how does he feel that he has killed yet another territory? Jesus, stiff. He's a founding
Now that
father.
I was here a month ago?
You founded the program.
And this is my fucking house. This is my house.
This is the house that Jack Crosby built. All right.
I'm a big fan, Jack. I think you rock.
There you go.
Thanks, Ibou.
Yeah.
Callum, is there anything you would change to the Blood and Guts WarGames concepts to improve them without canning them? There goes my answer.
I was going to say kill him. Get rid of him.
Do it
Who
once
would
every
be-
5 years.
Who would be in your team out of the current rosters? Okay, we'll do our personal team stream. Okay, what would I change? What would I change? Well, firstly, I mean, it's not really changing the concept, but I think there should be a law against them being 50 minutes long. I think that's disgusting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the answer is that that once all the people are in the match, it shouldn't go more than 10 more minutes.
That and also, I would like there to be a roof, but not one so that people can climb upon it. I would like there to just actually be a roof that keeps people inside the cage.
Can I take a quick stab at this, Joe? Because I'm gonna hop out.
Yes, please do.
I have a wild, novel concept for the AEW Blood and Guts ones. How about a feud ends when at the conclusion of this match? Like, how about it actually blows off a program?
Well, you have to have a feud first, to be fair. So baby steps, right?
Right. But should a feud actually take place? Let this match actually be the ending and not like, I don't know, the middle chapter.
Set up for a brawl. Yeah, good call.
My big change would be that if I'm going to book a Blood and Guts match, I'm not going to have 40% of the people in the match be people that think wrestling's ironic, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of Blood and Guts.
I just
current roster. Yes, Manny?
I wouldn't have a door, so they can't leave. You know, just keep them inside the cage.
So how do they enter? Oh, I guess it comes down.
They're already inside the cage, you know.
Well, how do the rest of them get in?
It's not how WarGames works.
You have to have a door.
You'd have to lift it up every time.
What about a cage within a cage so they can't go anywhere?
A cage within the cage. All right.
TNA.
Joe, here's a good one.
Yep.
Stop making it a scheduled event.
Yeah.
That happens every year.
Yeah. I agree.
Let people just challenge and so like, look, man, like they'll tell themselves maybe you might get one in a year's time. Maybe there might be a 2-year stretch or a 1.5-year stretch before the next one.
Because that became a real problem in WCW, like. Because it was on the calendar, you got some really shitty games.
What's one of the things WWE fans hate about Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Brainbuster's right. Manny did describe the Punjabi prison. Who would be on our team of current roster?
FTR.
The FTR have to be in there.
Mm-hmm. Christian
Their
Cage.
performance in the first Blood and Guts is legitimately awesome.
Samoa Joe.
Mark Briscoe.
Oh, baby. FTR, Mark Briscoe, Sam Joe.
Roderick Strong.
Who's the fifth? Who's the
Darby
fifth
Allin.
Darby.
Let's make it. I feel like we just customized the current babyface team into a better team. You know, we just put FTR and Joe in it.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, that works. There's a team for you. On the WWF side, we'll have who should we have? With yeah, Owens.
You gotta have
Jacob Takoa. No, Jacob Fatu.
He could be on the bad guy side, yeah.
Yeah, it goes without saying the bloodline of the opponents. Goes without saying.
So Kev Steen, Randall could be the 5th guy. Code Rhodes, right? You know.
DIY. All right. Showdown Spurs. April 1805. Napoleon is now master of Europe. Only the British fleet stands before him. Oceans on our battlefields. Hashtag Ask the Grinners. Thank you, Showdown Spurs. Lord Lambo. How would each member of the Shield's current paths have changed if Dean would have turned on instead of Seth? Wow.
Do we have all night to talk about this?
No, but we have 5 minutes or so.
Wow.
I think it would have been a pretty substantial blow to Seth Freakin's ascent because
Hey man, we would have been
I
talking.
don't even mean that as a knock, but like the turn literally is what makes him the world's champion. Like it's pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Maybe Seth Rollins is on AEW, you know?
Bro, for real, it is like it's kind of crazy, right?
That
it's
is
really
that is a good question that we could explore like when we have more time.
Joe,
I'm gonna actually note this. I'm gonna bookmark it.
Ty Black would literally have been on 2019's Double or Nothing event, you know?
Dude, yeah, that's very interesting. And I'm also fascinated how much that changes Mox's WWE run because he's like
He still would have quit.
He totally he totally settles into a like a babyface rhythm after that. You know, he becomes like a caricature of himself.
I wasn't even doing a bit like I don't think they would let him do the heel work he would want to do, and so he would just be. He might have gotten frustrated even faster than he did.
Fair. That's actually probably the right answer.
Wait, before
Ryan, yes?
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
right,
it. And thank you guys. You guys run a great ship here. This is an awesome show, and I always love listening to it when I'm at work on Fridays. So you guys keep grinning, and I'll see you guys around somewhere at some point. Take it.
Sorry,
Have a good one.
I'm sorry,
Always a pleasure, buddy.
But
You're totally fine, Joe. Take care, everybody.
All right. Ryan, what are your favorite feel-good matches? Maybe not the best or your personal favorite, but the one that you can put on any time and feel happy. What a lovely question about professional wrestling. I have a couple. The Collision main event, the first Collision main event, and also for me would be Arn and Zbyszko versus Steamboat and Dustin, which I think is just like peak pro wrestling. That's a great question though. Jaychele, comfort wrestling match. Say you could put on any time and it would put a smile on your face.
Oh my god, this is so funny. MJF versus Darby Allin.
Wow. From the Full Gear match, right? With the speed at the start. I remember you loved that match. Good call. Interesting. That's a really good match. Jackie, what do you think?
What was that question?
Match you could put on any time and it'll pop you. I don't actually know your answer for
We
this.
know
It's
the
Magnum,
answer,
right?
yeah.
Magnum
Cage.
and Tully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you guys so much. Yeah.
True friendship, right? Matt.
Bailey and Sasha, Brooklyn.
There you go. I love it. Manny the Hooper.
Samoa Joe and Necro, or JBL and John Cena at Royal Rumble.
Oh my God. Bobby?
Rock Austin from WrestleMania 19, we talked about a little bit earlier, or honestly Brock Eddie too.
Oh yeah, great call. By the way, Lord Lambert, I legitimately did bookmark your tweet, so we will actually do that Shield one on a rainy day.
In the chat, friend of the program Charles just mentioned the 2012 Royal Rumble.
Please don't do Charles. She deserves better. There you go.
And that reminds me that the 1992 Royal Rumble would be definitely one of mine.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's a whole snapshot of an era right there. At fucking money. Being a member of the tribe has been rather difficult the past year or so. Thanks, BB. Thanks, MJ. I'm sorry, I didn't expect them names to be paired that way. I apologize. But anyways, I would like to know your top 5 wrestlers of Jewish descent. Okay. Bill Goldberg's got to be the one.
Yeah.
Right? Raven, I want to say. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on this list, guys. I apologize if I name
Billy Kidman.
Raven. Kidman. I think Malenko too.
Yep.
Malenko. I think we should leave Max out because even though he'd be on my list based on the fact that he was cited the way he was here, yeah, I think we should leave him off just for this particular list, just out of respect for the gentleman asking the question.
I'm very bad at knowing what the religion
you are.
He's not a wrestler, but I think you would have to have Paul Heyman in there too.
Yeah.
You're talking about Dean Malenko, right?
Yeah. What?
No, I didn't even know.
Oh, I was confused what you was alarmed by. Makes you intrigued, chat. Wrestlers of Jewish descent. Is there famed names that we're missing?
I feel like we're definitely missing people.
Barry Horowitz, isn't he?
Like the very pronounced when discussing a professional wrestler. There's our best shot. I hope you're well. I apologize for being so startled by the way MJF was framed in that question. Trav, thoughts on the fabled tag team run of Samoa Joe and Nick Aldis, or Magnus, now known as Nick Aldis. Quietly played a major role in Joe's kind of mini reboot in 2012. They actually had a nice run, and before that, Joe was doing nothing in TNA. So
I watched it live because I was a sicko.
TNA was pretty good in that little stretch there. It's actually a nice little...
Like when they started to get away from the Hogan Bischoff shit, it started to pick back. I love TNA. They will always have a soft spot in my heart. That's why I was so heartbroken when all this shit happened this year, when it was like, okay, we're going to do this. They're like, Scott D'Amore is out. I was like, oh, well, fuck this shit.
It was very unfortunate for you and I. We talked ourselves into it. Matt Seidel, who we got some love earlier.
Randy Savage is of Jewish descent.
There you go. Cabana, there you go. There's a bunch of options here. Here's an interesting one. I wouldn't even know how to approach this. Who is the Donald Glover of pro wrestling? I don't think it actually exists. It's like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I think.
Is it Swerve? I think it's Swerve.
If you want, yeah.
That's my equivalent.
No, but they have to have two personalities, right? That's
Yeah, but like what?
Well,
like
I mean, like, I don't want to.
Oh, Dallas.
Like, I know Shane personally, and I know Swerve,
man,
but
you're saying they're different people.
wait.
Wow. All right, folks. Okay, fine. Okay, Jaychele, I'm going to go with your answer on that, even though I don't think there is a real answer that fits the bill. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Penta.
All right.
People still like Donald Glover?
Sure.
I'm not even doing a bit. I never know, because I like him, but I never know if people are yeah. Like, I don't know.
She's shaking her head furiously at me.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I miss out on all this stuff.
I'm sure some people do.
Like, what does he do? He acts. He does comedy.
Well, I feel we're going on a slippery slope here. Legitimately asking the question, what does he do, felt very insulting, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Folks, I saw that. Didn't he do the Wing show this week?
The Hot Ones, yeah.
Well,
he said he was retiring Childish Gambino after this album. So after this tour, Childish Gambino is retired.
Yeah, I forgot. He gave like a funny reason why. He was just like, oh fuck you.
All right, yeah, let's leave it. The aforementioned fucking Money has sent the lyrics to Deuce and Domino's theme my way with the insertion of Yeet. For anyone unaware, the track goes a little something. If you want to be cool, half as cool as me, you'll be careful what you say and how you look at me. If not, you'll pay a price far beyond your means. You don't want the trouble that I bring. Thank you very much for that. What we got here? Cal, why is Tony Khan so afraid of tall, strong women? Manny?
I mean, I wouldn't be afraid of strong, tall women, but I don't know why Tony is.
Y'all are freaked out. That's creepy.
About what?
What? This is going to have to only be an annual special. Nathan, why is DIY the fuck? Why is DIY the greatest tag team ever formed? In all seriousness, thank you. Thoughts on the state of American tag graps in 2024? Very unfortunate. Very sad. I can only imagine how bad it will be when the few remaining great teams are physically beyond the point of being able to grapple. Very alarming. Hopefully it turns around. Like, sincerely, it's actually a bummer. I love tag wrestling, dude.
Motor City.
I know, but it's like we're relying on Motor City.
Are they going to put them on the main roster?
I don't think so. I really don't. I'd love it, but I just don't see it.
That's fine.
Feels like they're going to be player coaches, doesn't it? I don't know.
Didn't they say that, like, next week on SmackDown, there's going to be challengers for...
No, it's a gauntlet match. They're taping it now. Yeah. Lukey asks, 3 favorite TNA pay-per-views ever. I would go, for sure, Destination X 2012. I would go Slammiversary 2012, and I'd probably say Bound for Glory 06 off the top of my head. Bob, you're probably the Bob or Jackie. Any ones you'd like to throw in?
I don't have too many specifics. The one we did the Grin along for, was at Slammiversary 2009. I don't know. I mean, that was fun. It was a good show. Good time with most of it. I mean, we've done a couple Grin alongs. They've all been fun. They kind of do all run together for me just because, I'm not watching them, back to back or whatever. But yeah, I mean, usually there's 2 or 3 good matches on each of them.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, back in my day, like, I watched TNA TV on Spike. I didn't pay for their stuff.
Like, just like
no one else did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You and the rest of America.
Against all odds, 2023. That's my answer.
Good answer. Arvo says, what about wrestling keeps you coming back? Everything has its waves of good and bad, but what about wrestling has been such a constant in your respective lives? I'll be honest, dude. If I answered this like totally sincerely, it would probably make the show tragic. I have become increasingly reliant on professional wrestling for my escapism from life. So I have no choice at this point. It's just part of what I do. So
it helps me escape from life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which my life's not bad, by any means.
No, but you still need that. Yeah, I get
But I escape it, and it's my form of entertainment that just takes me away from everything.
Yeah.
I've also been doing it my whole life. I'm 40 years old. I've been watching this since I'm 4 or 5. So you figure 35, 36 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my go-to.
You become reliant on it. We're losers.
Just takes my brain to a different place, and it makes me happy. Like this
It's
makes
also
me happy.
it's more than just the wrestling show, right? I love all that comes with wrestling. I love the stories and the ups and the downs and the oh my god, this guy's going here and what's going to happen to. It's wrestling. There's nothing like
for example, like you guys said it before. Like I'm a perfect example. Like I'm not a movie guy. Like
right.
I can't watch a movie back. Like when I watch a movie once, I'm good.
Yeah.
I could watch Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard in that cage at Starrcade 85 100 times in a sitting. I could just watch it back, and I'm good. Like it
Real
makes
reps.
me happy.
I love it. Any other answers on that?
I don't have anything emotional like Joe and Jack. I just like wrestling because I used to beat the shit out of my brothers in wrestling when we were younger, and it just took
you don't even watch it, to be fair. So it's
I don't
the
even watch
question was
it.
really aimed at you, really, was it? So,
I still think about it.
It's the shared experience for me.
Yeah.
When I started watching wrestling, I started watching with my sister, and then I started watching it with my friends in high school, who I kept watching it with, and then my buddy in Tennessee, and then I met my wife, and then she started watching it with me, and now I got you guys, and it's the camaraderie and the shared experience of watching professional wrestling. Generally, when I watch professional wrestling by myself, I lose interest and get bored and quit paying attention. So yeah, for me, it's just the shared experience of this weird fucking thing that is somehow both popular and yet very like niche, and like there's just like this weird thing of like, and you got to meet the right people too, because look, there's a lot of wrestling fans who, never mind, but like when you find people who you share the passion with, and you think somewhat, you don't have to be exactly like-minded, but somewhat, you look at it similarly, it becomes like this big community that you're part of, and we're all kind of in on the bit. I wish the wrestlers would quit doing it on the television show, but we're all kind of in on the bit, and wrestling would be better if the wrestlers would start acting like it's real again, but it's just this stupid fucking thing that we all like.
Yeah, that was very nice. Anything else on that team? It was very nice. Very touching, I felt. All right. Trey, you know what? Let's have fun. Thanks. What is your dream combo of a licensed theme and a performer? For example, Bryan Danielson in the Final Counter. I've been saying this for the longest. It wouldn't be a full-time theme. I've pitched it to the Confirmed Shoot 10 times over. At some point, the Mad King Eddie Kingston should have That's Life. Yeah, and you could produce the greatest video of all. That is like the perfect thing for his story, There are a million licensed tracks, hip-hop tracks that would actually fit and suit King full-time. But I've always felt that would be... someone actually did one too, right? Didn't they at us on that, Matt, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was. I apologize. But yeah.
Was it Cookies?
I think it was Cookies, yeah. I think it was. Any answers? Jaychele, licensed music for a wrestler. What do you reckon?
All I could think of was Megan Thee Stallion and Bianca, and that was it.
There you go.
That's all I could think of. So I don't know. I don't have any creative ideas, unfortunately.
Here's the real question.
You guys finish up. I gotta go.
All right, mate. Have a good night, Jackie. We love you, Jack. Bob, which wrestler would be most suited to This Love by Maroon 5?
That's a good question.
It's very good.
It's not a natural fit,
Isn't it?
You have to come back to that.
Yeah, give us any suggestions. This Love, Maroon 5.
I want to for some reason, this when you brought it up, this is what came to mind was Ray Phoenix with Kryptonite from Three Doors Down, or was it? You guys know that song?
Yeah.
I know.
FTR boys are back in town.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, we have somebody forgot the hashtag. Let me find these tweets. 1 second. We're almost there, team. We did it. We have 2 questions from Wildflower. Is there any wrestler that takes you straight back to childhood and/or the beginning of your enjoyment of wrestling?
Sting.
For me, it's the big man. For Matt, yeah, Sting definitely, which was so great. You got to see the retirement match. Joe, for me, Sting. For Matt, Manny, wrestlers take you back to your youth.
I guess Rey Mysterio.
Ray Jr. Bobby.
Probably also Mysterio, honestly, or Orton. Yeah.
Orton. Jaychele, am I right in saying AJ Lee would be the top answer? To this?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. What was her theme?
Light it up.
Light out, of course. All right, and the other one from
About her
Wildflower.
at all tonight.
Nope. The other one from Wildflower was also, what is the best era of Christopher Daniels? The best era of Christopher Daniels, I would say, I don't think this is his most critically pronounced or the strongest in terms of match catalog, but I think he was at his best as a TV asset and overall performer when he and Kazarian were first a team in TNA, when they were bad influence before they left and became the Addiction. That stuff's good too. They are superb in 2012. That would be my answer. Any other answers on CD before we?
I'm
wrap?
not qualified as not this one. That would be my answer.
When the Bucks retired him.
Jesus.
That's unnecessary.
Let me. There's one other thing.
This
one I
thing he's doing right now is bad though. He's miscast.
He is, yeah.
What is he doing?
He's miscast. It's a shame, and the content sucks too.
He's like
It sucks.
Adam Pearce.
Oh.
Right. Reese Hayes. He forgot the hashtag, but we love Reese Hayes. If the Hooper or Bobby had to have a wrestler protect them from the haters, losers, and libs trying to cancel them, who would they pick? Great question to finish us up before we get to these super chats. Bobby, Manny, go for it. Sid?
He wouldn't show up.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
So.
He'd be playing softball while Bobby got the shit kicked out of him.
I'll just get a bigger target. I'll just bring Kane with me. They just all attack him while I just like escape.
That's a good answer.
Let's stress Manny's best answer of the night. All right, let's wrap. Folks, we're going to do super chats. Bob, why do I need to do that damn like button?
Smash that like button.
Smash it. That's what I need to do. All right, mid takes. Heard Bob was pumped. I'm sorry, Bob. I just realized where this is going. Heard Bob was pumping his fist, said America's saved after Hogan's speech. I thought about this today. What could the upside have been of the Kennel from Hell? There's no good version of that. That was one of the worst ideas. What's that, Bob?
They were just doing shit at that point, man. Like mid to late 1999. Like
there's lots of shit involved in that particular match.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst ideas ever. Yeah. It would have helped if you had 2 good wrestlers too, but well, we can't win them all. All right. Thank you, mid takes. The answer there was it was going to fucking suck regardless. Okay. Kartik says, thoughts on the SummerSlam build. Priest, Gunther, Liv, Rhea, and the Punk stuff are all in a great place. Even liked the LA Logan stuff today. I didn't see that segment. I heard it was good. Alex liked it. I think the build is better than the destinations. That makes sense, Bob?
Yeah.
That makes sense? Like,
I think so.
I actually like the builds and the stories they're telling. I'm not particularly excited to see the matches they're building to. That makes sense. Priest Gunther to me is a great example of that. I actually think that's very compelling. I just don't know if I care to watch them wrestle necessarily. Jaychele, I assume the Liv Rhea stuff popped you, right? I assume.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Liv Rhea stuff. I think the Bailey Nia stuff is actually even more like discombobulated, which I think is hilarious. Like Nia calling Bailey BBL Bailey was the funniest thing I think I've ever
That was
heard.
insane.
That was top tier. So the matches are probably going to be like,
sorry.
they're going to be mid, but I think it'll be at least like maybe like 2 good matches out of the show.
Yeah. I think build-wise, they're actually in a really strong place. The question is, have they put together the right matches for SummerSlam? We'll find out on the night, right? Like, I thought Drew and Priest like ridiculously over-delivered in Glasgow. So maybe similar will happen here. I hope that was a good answer, Carter. I apologize if it was not. Ned Pepper asked the Grinners, no troll, is Monet washed? Thought her post-WWE run was great, but these matches just don't hit the same. She's slow and unimpressive now. My goodness, stiff way of closing the out. I haven't seen the Nyla match. I heard very mixed things about it. Some people said it was fun. Other people said it was very disappointing. Again, I haven't seen it. I can't speak on that. I thought she looked, ironically, I actually thought she looked really good against Sky Blue. I thought she looked very sharp in that match. The Willow match, she was rusty, but her pacing and selling is great. And I think the Stephanie Bakir match was not her finest hour. It's too soon, I think, to really judge, right? She's just, how many matches back is she? 4? 5?
Yeah, and I mean, she didn't really work a ton from like leaving WWE till right now. So
it's 2 years days now.
Yeah,
right?
I'll take your word for it, Ned. You want to lie to us? You paid.
Look, it has been a talking point. I just think it's too soon to know. It's especially because she was so good in those matches before this run, right? And the Willow match was really quite good. I don't know.
I've liked the
Jaychele?
matches, so I don't have a.
She's my girl. I can't not stick with her.
Yeah, it's fine.
But like, it's not giving Sasha Banks right now. That's all I can say, unfortunately. Like that, if we're gonna like be fair and compare, like, it's not what I would want from her. I did see the Nyla match, and I was like, that's fine, but like, I don't know. She's not in her next gear. Like, she's not hitting the third gear. She's still like kind of taking it like step by step.
Hopefully it will come, right? Hopefully it's the one thing I would say is I think sometimes her attempts to add to her offense, I think, like, is a mistake sometimes, you know? Like, some of the stuff she tries, I think she'd be better just not doing it. Because that stuff is not easy, and especially when you're working with opponents you've never wrestled before. I don't know. That's just me personally. But, I mean, I learned very long ago, you try not to doubt the great ones. You know, like, look at, seriously, I'm not even doing this a bit as the comparison. I'm being sincere. Look at what AJ has done this year, right? Like, great wrestlers, they can click in an instant, and then they're back rocking and rolling. And I don't think she's been anywhere close to as off as AJ was for a bit there when he was working with Karrion Kross and Jimmy Uso. So I think she'll be fine, but it's something to monitor, I suppose. Hilarious question to end on. I know that wasn't your intention, Super Chat. You sent it about an hour ago, but these are the games we play. All right. Let's get out of here. Not too bad. Not too far over 2 hours. It's been a hell of a time. Confirm shoot. Any plugs, any promotions, any final words?
Nope. This was fun.
Very fun. Very, very fun. Manny the Hooper.
I got nothing to plug. Just today was fun. Stay safe, guys. It's a cold world outside, and just stay on the straight and narrow.
Bundle up.
Indeed.
I miss him.
Same. Bob O'Neill. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm on vacation next week. I'll be back in 2 weeks for the SummerSlam preview from back in the Chicago office that I believe Joe said looked like a business center last time, which was very funny. Yes. So I'll be from there yet again.
Wonderful. Jaychele, what's the latest? Where can people find your stuff? What you up to? So on and so forth. Take it away.
Don't follow me. Don't look at me nowhere. I want to be a mysterious ghost right now. I'm relieving myself from my social media addiction, so don't follow me anywhere. But
good for you.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to live like a healthy, dopamine-free life. But thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime you want to be on the show, you're going to be on the show. You know that's the way it is around here. Thanks for joining us. All right, folks, it was mentioned there. Next week, I don't know if it was mentioned, but I'm going to say it was. Next week, we're doing a Ring of Honor review program. Rod Strong, Mark Briscoe, Queen Emanata, and Athena. Sounds like a good time to me. I'm locked in. Next will be
Billy Starks.
There you go. It'll be a review show. Matt and we're going to find other people that watch it, I guess. I think it's the plan.
It may just be you and me.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's next Friday. I don't think there's anything. Oh, and I'm doing the Holbert House show on Tuesday. I think that's everything for next week, though.
Charlie, are you watching Ring of Honor? Do you want to be on the Grin next week?
just yelling questions to the crowd.
That's so funny.
What was I going to say? And I don't know. I forgot. Oh yeah. Oh, this was it. I did a tweet earlier that was like asking for suggestions on wrestling that you'd like to see me cover or us cover. I said anything pre-2020. It seems like Chuck is okay. Chuck is booked. There you go. That's how you do business right here. Pre-2020, anything you've heard me talk about that you want to hear me talk about more, or anything that's a blind spot of mine. Clearly, I have a lot of them. I'd never heard the Deuce and Domino theme. Tweet them at me because we're putting stuff together right now. We're working on cool shit, right, guys? We're working on stuff. We're working on stuff. We've got some golden ideas. All right, here we go. Let's get out of here. Keep grinning. Have a great night. Smash the like button. Please leave a comment below. It helps us out a ton, especially now that Elon has fucked us over. We need the YouTube to keep hitting. So help us out, YouTube. Leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that cool shit. Keep grinning. All out. Enjoy this wonderful outro. Have a good night, everyone.